Hey friends, nothingwired.com, and today we have the Micromax Canvas Turbo, the phone that Micromax says can juggle many lives. In this review video, we're gonna tell you what's in the box. We're gonna talk about the hardware in detail, the UI, apps, and performance, and then we'll give you the verdict whether this guy deserves your time and money. So let's get started. You see, it comes in a fairly fancy and compact box. So the top is transparent, you can see the device here, and then you have the stickers that mention some of the quick specs. We already opened the box, but I'm gonna show you what's inside anyway. So that's our device, and it's fairly tightly held by the separator here. You see. So to come back to the device in a bit, you have the earphones here, silver plated audio jack, your noise cancelling earbuds, and flat wire so it's not gonna tangle, and then that's about it. So you have this volume rocker. Oh, there's no volume rocker here, so you only have the call control and then your mic. You have extra earbuds, you have the round pin USB wall adapter and flat USB cable. Then you have the Micromax logo pin that's gonna open both the SIM trays, and then you have some documents, something called iFlow, that's a new app on the Turbo. Then some other information, advertisement, so user manual, SAR information, again some advertisement, and finally you have your warranty statement here. So we're gonna keep all these aside, and we're gonna have a look at the eye candy here. So that's your Micromax Canvas Turbo, non-removable back, and it's mostly plastic plus glass here. It's fairly light and thin and sleek, nice pebble shaped back. That's a 13 MP camera, edge to edge glass design. Nice, yeah. The Canvas Turbo is a beautiful device. You'll find that it's mostly made of a mixture of plastic and aluminum. So this back flap is aluminum, but apart from this, all other parts like these to the sides, everything are made of high quality plastic. Then you have the IPS display here, the 5-inch full HD IPS display. In fact, that's one of the USP of the Canvas Turbo, that it has a 441 ppi 5-inch IPS full HD display. That means 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. So that's, you can see edge to edge glass design. On top you have the earpiece, you have the 5 MP front camera, fixed focus, you have the notification LED light and sensors here, the proximity and ambient sensor. You would have the soft keys here. So you'll find, once I press this, there you see the menu, home, and the back buttons. On this side you have both the SIM trays, and you have these kind of pinholes to open the SIM trays. Then it does not take a micro SD card, remember. It's the mouthpiece, 3.5mm jack. This side you have the volume rocker, the power button, and on top you have the micro USB port. Behind you have the 13 MP autofocus camera that records in full HD 30 fps, and it's accompanied by an LED flash, the beautiful Micromax branding there, and your speaker grill. Yeah, so the back cover is non-removable, so there is no hold anywhere obviously to open the back cover. Although the back cover is non-removable, just probably for the style sake, it gives kind of this, you know, constrictions there that gives an impression as if you can actually open the back flap, but that's not true. So it looks a pretty sleek device, mainly because of the pebble size back. It's like, you know, constricted, tapered ends, but otherwise it has 8.6 mm of thickness, which is definitely not the thinnest measurement in the market. But overall, device looks very classy. The Canvas Turbo has a gorgeous Full HD display. Full HD, that's 1080 by 1920 pixels on a 5-inch IPS display. It's ought to be gorgeous. IPS display, remember, will have a better crispness than those AMOLED screens, mainly because the pixels are of same size. Yeah, that's a little technical anyway. However, what it translates is that these gorgeous looking icons that almost look like they are printed on top, and there's no glass above the display there. See, almost looks like they're printed on top on the glass. And even the viewing angle is actually very good, but because of the glossy nature of the display, you see a bit of reflection takes over. And I'm gonna go and check out a little closely about the pixelation on this camera. There, see, so round corners are perfectly round. There are no pixelations whatsoever. I've set the brightness to auto. Now I'm gonna go and set the brightness to maximum and show you how far it goes. There, see, it actually gets pretty bright, but it does not, you know, wash out the images. So cool, but generally would recommend you keep it in auto. That would help you save battery life. It will adjust the brightness according to where you're viewing the screen anyway. Now let's go ahead and check out some photos and see how it looks. So there's a great viewing angle. Yeah, the colors are also quite true. I really like this feature of this display, that it's okay, maybe the saturation is that bit high, but that's you know, that's quite normal phenomena. But otherwise the photos are pretty well rendered. You see, very nice and quite true, the saturation and hue, although saturation is slightly on the higher side, but that's fine. Let's check out a video and see how it plays. See, so even here the IPS display is brilliant. It's brilliant. See, nice color rendition. Colors, blacks are almost deep, although not very deep, and there is a very slight yellow cast on the glass. Otherwise the saturation and hue are perfect, and there is no fuzziness or discoloration. It's a gorgeous display all in all. And I'm gonna give you a quick overview of the OS now. So it has pretty much the vanilla Android OS with just a little hint of touch here and there. So that's your home pages. You have 5 home pages. You cannot add or edit anything. You can long press on any to add only the wallpapers. To be able to add widgets, you'll have to go to the widget menu here, then long press and then drag it anywhere there. Yeah, apart from that you have the notification pane there, and then your quick function toggle bar. Yeah, we can come back there, or you can go to the complete settings from there. We'll come back to the settings in a bit. You can also remove all notifications just by tapping that one single button. Your app dock is customizable, but you cannot have a folder here. Oh, you can. There you see. So you can have a folder on your app dock. That's cool. And apart from that, you also have this. When you long press the home button, you'll get the recent apps, but others are pretty much long pressing other two pretty much doesn't do anything. Pressing this will bring up this menu. So though no option of going to Google Now straight away from here. You can of course tap this and then go to Google Now when you have Google Now configured there. Then you have your main app menu. A lot of third-party apps and The bad thing is that you have a few games here like Fruit Devil or Jelly or some other game, and most of these games are trial. You can play only 2 times and they are not installable. So basically, if you do not like this game, if you do not want to buy the full game, you're stuck with the trial versions, unnecessary eating up space. Let's check out the settings now a bit, and it has the typical Jelly Bean 4.2.1 settings. You have those, you have displays, apps, and then you can add all these accounts, and then your about phone, you can see 4.2.1 there. That's about it, pretty much the usual UI. Now let's go and check out some of the apps. So you have the default Google Android apps like Chrome, Gmail, Google Search, Google Settings, Maps, YouTube, Google Photo, Google Music, etc. Chrome there, and some of Micromax own apps like, for example, an app center somewhere. You have Spool and some other tools, and then also you have Anki Mobile Security and some third party like King's Office and other. Yeah. Then you also have BBM Link, which Micromax of late has advertised a lot. Now let's go and check out some of the apps now. We tested it for HTML5 and it scores pretty average really. I've seen many browsers scoring much more than this. 404 out of 555. You can go ahead, and those are the usual settings and all. Yeah, so you can click there and then you can go to the tabs. Yeah, you can also create your tabs from here there, or you can bookmark stuff from here. Yeah, that's about the browser, pretty usual. Then you have your camera, the 13 MP camera. The interface is pretty usual. Yeah, you have your front camera there, hi, and then your flash settings, then some GIS animation and 3D panorama and stuff. Then you can also remove your unwanted objects from there. Some quick settings, normal, HDR, short. Nice set of settings really. You have a 0 shutter delay, keeping on which still it delays a bit, by the way, but when you keep on pressing then it's fine. And you can see even it continues to click even after I relieve my finger, so it's kind of reading the information, reading the transaction a bit late. Yeah, so you can have maximum 40 shots or your pixel size that. Yeah, so if you want to click in, let's say, full screen, then it goes down to 10 MP. See, then your ISO and other stuff. You can also toggle this to start your video recording. Yeah. There. So nice camera user interface. Now the photo and video qualities of the Canvas Turbo are pretty decent. There is no fuzziness in the video and the details are there in the photos under enough light. Under low light there are some noise, but that's quite usual for a camera phone. Now one problem with the camera here, and in fact I've seen this problem with many of the equal category cameras, is that the metering is not perfect. Now this camera mostly takes a center weighted or a center weighted metering and not an average or a matrix metering, due to which many of the photos actually come quite dark if you have a darker object at the center. Apart from that, the color renditions and all are very nice. The saturation hue are quite natural. The saturation is tad on the higher side, but that's okay for a JPEG, because these guys are clicking JPEGs, so the JPEGs tend to have slightly high saturation in some phones. Overall, the camera and video performance are well above average. They are very decent, but then I suggest you adjust the metering just a bit. Then we have the gallery. Again, usual, the albums are arranged in stack. You have these options of locations and time. You can go to each album and see all are arranged in stack. In fact, you can also have a film strip view like this, but I like the grid view because you can see more thumbnails there. You can hold on one and then multiple select many frames, and then you can share them here or delete, or you can also go to edit. Yeah, there you see the lots of editing options. Yeah, so that's our gallery. And then what else? Let's go and check out the sound quality now. But then before that, the music UI, nice colorful UI. Have all these options. There's an option of folders, which we like. However, we have these 2 songs. Let's check out. The sound is pretty loud for a speaker, but you would see it's devoid of bass. It's quite shrieky. Even in fact, when you record a video, the audio will come a little devoid of bass and shrieky, but it's loud enough. It's always better this way. And unfortunately, the speaker grills are situated on the back, so whenever you're keeping it on a flat surface, it disrupts the outcome of the sound. The sound output via earphones, supplied earphones, are quite decent, although they are not totally overboard with bass either. Then you have the dialer. You see, nice big dialer. You have dual SIM there. Yeah. And apart from that, those are mainly the tools. Really, you have there's all these Google tools. Now you have a notebook. You also have some nice Micromax goodies like Live. It's kind of, you can have your all games and apps and all stuff. It's a browser based app really. Yeah, it's Unlocker. And then some other things like Micromax Spool, where you can have your multimedia experiences, online movies and all stuff. So that's mainly about the apps and stuff. The user interface is quite smooth, yeah, and it does not lag much. Even when it lags in those stress situations, like for example when you have multiple apps in the background, or where you suddenly come out to the home page from an app where usually the phones are supposed to hang. Even there, the lag is quite insignificant. We really love that Micromax came a long way from those early handsets where it used to lag a lot. The Canvas Turbo is right there up at par with other international brands' flagship in terms of the smoothness of the user interface, and we love it because it's Indian. Yeah, apart from that, even the call quality is brilliant. I checked the call quality on the second level basement, where I tried to hold on to it for quite a bit, but then could not at last after about half a minute of trying. And then even on a running elevator, up to at least 1 or 2 level, the call held pretty clean. Then we tested it on our escape ladder, and there the sound was almost perfect. We start our gameplay testing with Fruit Ninja. Let's go and slice some fruit. So there's a little lag, but then Fruit Ninja generally downloads the data along with, so initially I expected that kind of a lag, but then you see it becomes really smooth. There is absolutely no lag, it's buttery smooth. Cool. Then we'll try to drive on the beach, and absolutely no frame loss in the movie. Let's go and start our driving and see how it fares. Yep, the turbo is quite powerful, so it should handle this game pretty comfortably, but we'll see. The water droplets sprinkle is fine. It responds to my finger just about instantly. No problem maneuvering. It's instant. No lag, no frame loss whatsoever. Perfect. Next we'll start with FIFA 14. Now it's much more demanding than the two games that we've tested right now, but not as demanding as Nova or Asphalt. We're gonna test those two, but let's start now. Smooth, although I feel it's slightly on the slower side. The run, yeah, go, okay. Even when the ball was entering the net, I could see slight lag, but apart from that, for most part, it's quite fine. We'll just play for just a bit more time. See if everything is okay. Now this game optimizes the graphics according to the configuration, and I see it's not exactly the high-end graphics quality here. Yeah, so fairly fine. Next we'll go and test Asphalt 8. Immediately I see some lag, some significant lag, you see. Yeah. The MediaTek processor really gets stretched here. Let's see what happens when it hits a car. I'm still being able to control it though, somehow. It's very slow. There's a huge frame loss and lag. The animation also does not somewhat complete. Yeah. So it lags, yeah. It lags significantly. Now the ultimate test for the turbo. The movie skips frames. Oh, this is Nova 3 by the way, for those of you who do not know. There's a huge lag in the frame rate of the movie. This is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem, I see. It's lagging badly. sad really. Let's see how it plays. So very slow. Very slow. And the same thing we've seen in general with the MediaTek processor on other devices as well. Yeah, so there is no point playing further. The Canvas Turbo lags huge badly in Nova 3. Now check out some of our benchmark scores. Should you buy the Micromax Canvas Turbo? That depends on what you want from your device. There's just one thing that we found that could have been improved on this device is the multimedia performance. Now if you are one which need your device mainly for multimedia, let's say playing music or watching videos, or in particular playing high definition complex games, then this device probably is not for you. But anything apart from this, the Canvas Turbo really performs right at the top, and this is certainly the best Micromax device yet, and one of the top devices from the Indian manufacturer. And at this point you pretty much get many mediocre performing international brand devices. The Micromax could have done a lot worse in this device, and design and everything else wise, only apart from the micromedia performance, the Canvas Turbo is quite a hero. Thank you. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button, ask anything in the comment section, and please subscribe to our channel for more such awesome content in future.